Welcome to this new lecture. This time we will talk about this current affair topic that right now India is going to militarize the Andaman and Nicobar. So what is the reason behind it? What will be the benefit for India? What are the consequences for it? How our neighbor will took this decision, whether they will took it in a right way, positive way or negative way. We will talk about all these things in our this lecture. So let us move ahead, that militarizing the Andaman and Nicobar. Okay, so recently theater command has been opened for Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Okay, so what exactly is theater command? Theater command is that where you will have all the military forces will present there. Your air force will there, your army will be there, your navy will be there, and your army will be there, your navy will be there, and your air force will be there. Okay, now they will have one commander. Okay, they will have one commander at that location, base location. And Andaman and Nicobar is a very strategic point where like Strait of Malacca is present. Lots of ship used to go there. This is one of the busiest sea route, where lots of sea route is the busiest one, that Strait of Malacca is present, and we call it as a communication from the entire world. So if a ship came from Sri Lanka and if it has to go to that our eastern part, then they used to go from most of the route, they follow that Strait of Malacca only. Okay, and the Singapore is acting as the harbor for them or parking for them, where they will go for refueling and all. So if India built some that kind of infrastructure in Andaman and Nicobar, that it will be a very benefit for the India in developing in getting the economical part and with the strategical and security part also for the country. Okay, so we will see that Strait of Malacca that is in present between Indonesia and Malaysia. So the string like it is Strait of Malacca, that is the one point where your lots of communication happen. Okay, where lots of ship goes to. So Strait of Malacca will be something like that. If this is your India, so here this path will be, it is little bit far, so this route used to follow for ship routes. Okay, and string of pulse theory is given. So what exactly is the string of pulse theory? It is given by the US, and it states that the China is encircling India from all sides. Okay, how is it encircling India from all sides? So one, as I have discussed in previous lecture also, that it has been captured Hambantota port, that is in Sri Lanka. It was like Sri Lanka need money for Sri Lanka was in need for creating the port for its country. So China said, okay, I will invest it, and this is the policy of China only. So they used to invest heavily in the neighboring countries and all. Okay, and after that China demanded that now I want my invested money back, and the money was very huge. So what happened? Sri Lanka gave this Hambantota port for 99 years lease to the China. Now what happened? The China will have control over that Hambantota port. So Hambantota port will be here. If you see, this is our of India and this is our Sri Lanka. So Hambantota port is around here. Okay, so China said that I will take that port for 99 years as a lease. Okay, what happened? Similarly, if you see Hambantota port, then we will move to the Pakistan. At Pakistan there is a Gwadar port that China has developed, and in Bangladesh it is Chittagong, and in Burma it is Kakpu. Okay, so that all the infrastructure are developed by China. Now what will happen in the need, like if let us suppose a situation where India had a clash with China. So what China can do, China can militarize all these ports. So India will be completely surrounded by the military forces of the China. Okay, these are the strategic point of strategic thinking in international relationship. Okay, that's why USA is telling, USA has given that a string of pearls that is being constructed by China, that is encircling the India from all the side. Okay, and China claimed this strategy as that I am preparing these ports for commercial initiation with the countries. But India understand this conflict happened, like, but India understands this strategy that you are not giving that as a commercial initiation or for trade purposes. It is just China, in future when China will need, he will militarize those ports. Okay, so this is the one point, that building airport. This, so if similarly India should militarize our Andaman and Nicobar port, that will protect our country, that will give one sense of superiority in our Indian Ocean, superiority in our region. That's why this is also one of the reason that India is building that militarizing our Andaman and Nicobar. Okay, similarly Sri Lanka has created an infrastructure to create a blue water navy, which will have the capability to go for long run in a way, no need to constant returning the base for refueling. Okay, similarly as India is now taking this decision, similarly Sri Lanka has created an infrastructure called Blue Water Navy. Okay, what this Blue Water Navy will do, this Blue Water Navy will have a capability for long run, like if they started journey from their base, then they need not have to go return back to their base for refueling. Okay, so this is the concept of Sri Lanka's Blue Water Navy concept. And there are constant threat of piracy at Strait of Malacca. Okay, and India is confident if they have military base at Andaman and Nicobar, then they will be effectively counter those piracy. Piracy means like what? Lots of smuggling and all goes from that Strait of Malacca. Okay, so India said that if we build the our that military base in Andaman and Nicobar, then it will we can counter those piracy over these regions. So why India want to do this for ships that not belong to us also? What is the reason behind it? Why India is investing for it, for securing another country's ship? The reason behind this strategy is that India wants to call itself as a regional superpower. You will be called so when you demonstrate these things to the world. So to show its power to those regions, India is doing so. Okay, now one thing that I've again told, that Singapore, sometimes Singapore act as a port of call. So what is port of call? Let me explain. Port of call, let us start. A ship has started from a region. Now he wants to go for Japan. Okay, what will happen, like in between the transportation, may ship need one parking area, or maybe ship need or refueling it. So Singapore act as a port of call for them, that they can come, they can refuel their ship, or maybe some another reason for it. Okay, so India can come and do those activity, that ship will come to Singapore and do those activity. Similarly, similar kind of things India wanted to do, that if Singapore is doing so, why can't we do it? We can also provide that port of call facilities. Okay, so similarly, as a concept of that Singapore, India wants to that implement that concept in Andaman and Nicobar. Okay, so if you ask me, then if this is where is Singapore, so if it is your India, then there will be, here is your Thailand, this is your Thailand, and Thailand and all, this is your Malaysia, that is, this is completely your Malaysia, and this here, this will be your termed as Strait of Malacca, and here it is Singapore. Okay, here it will be your Singapore. Ignore the writing part. So most of the things go there and refuel there or park there as per their requirement, and India is saying why can't we do the same as Andaman and Nicobar? It can be the competition to the Singapore and Colombo port. Colombo port, that is in your Sri Lanka. Similarly, Sri Lanka also used to do the same. Like if a ship comes from Africa, then Colombo act as a port of call for them. Okay. Earlier India was following Dr. Manmohan Singh concept, like during Dr. Manmohan Singh government, India was following look east policy. Now in present Modi government, we are following act east policy. What is act east policy? Act east policy means India will be focusing its energy and strength into developing its relations with the nations of the east, such as ASEAN countries and Southeast countries. Okay, so it will focus in energizing and strengthening with the nations of the east. Like they will he will combine with other countries, he will ask for other countries to energize their strength. Similarly, there is a planning, like other countries, like you will develop a port, another country will also develop a port. Countries A military will go to countries B port, countries B military will go to countries A port for commercial things. Okay, so these kind of things, now act east policy we are following it. Okay, so what are the challenges? The challenges, like whenever we establish a military base, it will create a kind of suspicion to other neighbor countries. Okay, so what kind of suspicion will be there? Like if you are similarly, like when China is creating the port someone else, it creates suspicion to India, it creates danger to the India. Like India will think on these things. That's why America gave a theory of string of pearls. So when India is militarizing the base, so other countries around it like Malaysia and all, so they will doubt or suspect, they will have a doubt on the India's intention. So they may raise an issue that they want a peaceful area for that particular regions. Why are you establishing the military base there? And Malaysia is already against India, as it has supported Pakistan on Jammu and Kashmir issues, like when we have revoked that 370s, Article 370. And Turkey has also supported Pakistan many times. Recently in have news, like one our Bollywood actor has gone to that country and talked with the prime minister of that country, Turkey. So similarly these two countries are against Allah, so they will raise an issue against this militarizing the base of Andaman and Nicobar as a base for military. So the Andaman and Nicobar need to be seen ecologically also, like many species and tribal resides there. Tribals are proud and protective for their own culture, so when military will go there, so it will exploit those area, and it might actually create a war-like situation. Explanation by China for such action is that they are building a commercial relation and trade relations with other country. But for when India is doing so, it is militarizing the Andaman and Nicobar. Yes, it is in his region, but it will create a suspicion to the other neighbors. Okay, so it may trigger the China to militarize those occupied ports also, if we like, as we are going for militarizing the Andaman and Nicobar port. So India has signed many logistic arrangements such as LEMOA with US, ARLS with Russia. So more on the process to be signed. So what are these arrangements? So these arrangements empower the country's navy to use your ports. As I've said, like countries A can use your port, countries B, like there is a country A, country B said you use my port, country A said you use my port. Okay, so these arrangements, that such like that LEMOA, ARLS, so these arrangements empower the country's navy to use our ports. In this case, the designated port, not all port, that we will country will designate those port, like which port you can use. So the designated port not to be used by the countries, in return our Indian navy will use other country ports for supplies. So there will be no supply constraint, but India is not confident to lend the Andaman and Nicobar to foreign navies. But India is not thinking to lend that Andaman and Nicobar island for foreign navies. But such things can happen. Okay. Now we will see a quick glance like what we have talked. We will dig some more deep into the topics with the overview. Some more points like eye-catching points will be there. Okay. So what is the historic importance of Andaman and Nicobar? So in the ancient past of India, maritime powers have used the Andaman and Nicobar islands to extend their power in Indian Ocean, had used it as a key base for expeditions to the east. Okay. Rajendra Chola, one of the Chola Empire, used the Andaman as a base to launch successful raids on the ports of Sri Vijaya Empire of modern Indonesia. So from Chola Empire also use these kind of things you will learn in history. Not Andaman and Nicobar part, so Chola Empire part. Okay, so you can remember this point also. And in the recent past, the British Empire used Andamans to expand its security in the subcontinent across the Indian Ocean. Okay, so you can just think like in the British Empire also only they understood the importance of this island. Similarly, India is now implementing or taking steps on these regions, but the issue is only that we are going to disturb the tribal regions of this area. Even it may affect the ecology like natural animals or natural plants to those areas also. Okay. Also during World War II, the Japanese army captured the islands as an attempt to fight the British. Okay, where in this fight it was like Indian army was sent to Japan to fight them, but when in Myanmar side, when India had a when this had a great hit by the Japanese, so after that Indian army turned into the favor of Japanese one, and after that it started the fight against the British India, those Indian armies. There is one movie also has been made in the, I think it is in on Amazon Prime. Okay, Pulton or something like that. No, Pulton is not Pulton, is a different movie. Okay, so now the recent strategic importance of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The northernmost part of Andaman and Nicobar is only 22 nautical miles away from Myanmar, and its southernmost point is only 90 nautical miles from the Indonesia. Okay, and these islands dominated by Bay of Bengal and 6 degree and 10 degree channels. Okay, what is 6 degree and 10 degree channels? 6 degree 10 degree will be your, I think, Lakshadweep that get divided, and 10 degree or around that divides no, 6 degree, I think 6 degree will divide your Andaman and Nicobar, and 10 degree will divide your Lakshadweep. So what is exactly 10 degree or 6 degree? 6 degree means the sixth line from the equator at the latitude, that sixth line from your equator. Okay, so these are the 10 degrees channels I have explained in geography lectures. Okay, in 2016, India's former naval chief R.K. Dhawan acknowledged the strategic importance of the islands, which act as extended arms of the country, and about 30% of India's exclusive economic zones like around the Andaman and Islands. So these things you can see in special economic zone also topics. Okay, and it strategically overlook the maritime choke point at the Strait of Malacca, which is an 850 kilometer stretch of sea that links the Pacific Ocean to the Indian Ocean. Okay, so here you can see this is the Strait of Malacca, this is your Malaysia, this is your Sumatra, and here it is your Pacific Ocean, and also it will connect Indian Ocean to this one. Okay, as all the ships at your from Sri Lanka acts at your, this act as your port of call. Okay, now we are moving to the, So what are the opportunities in militarizing the Andaman and Nicobar? So it has been often referred to as India's unsinkable aircraft carrier to the east, and it will provide an advantage to conduct surveillance over critical waters. See, from here only we can like, this is the most strategic point, as we have the like string of pearls is there. China is surrounded, like the most important enemy or of our country is China right now, and China is strategically building ports over around ports of the countries around India. So building or militarizing our Andaman and Nicobar will conduct like will keep as a make a surveillance over the water activities. Okay, as the main entry point and exit point, it offers an unparalleled advantage and its surveillance and monitoring the Malacca Strait. So lots of there will be piracies going on Malacca Strait, so lots of piracies going on Malacca Strait, so we can check over that. And a coherent monitoring and response mechanism will help India detect Chinese vessels upon their entry into their Indian Ocean. This one is the important part, and it will facilitate India's reach over the Indonesia states also, which may become alternate transit route for subsurface vessels, and India can collaborate with it. That same thing, like same thing that I said here. This one, Singapore termed as a port of call. Similarly, that our Andaman and Nicobar will term to be called as a port of call. Okay. And Indonesia to patrol and monitor this state to uphold and rules based order, as Singapore is working right now, like they are used for refueling the other ships. So Andaman and Nicobar is taking this opportunity. If we militarize this thing and if we build infrastructure on that islands, it will provide logistical support to Indian Navy in the Indian Ocean, as well as to the countries with which India has signed a bilateral agreement to counter the Chinese Navy. Okay. And so what are the challenges in militarizing the Andaman and Nicobar? So firstly, developing these islands will create environmental, sustainability and tribal welfare changes. As I've said earlier, the island has some restrictions on clearing land for development, as it has 94.68% of forest cover, and the development should not be at the cost of clearing the forest. Okay, so this is the one of the challenge. Secondly, the presence of indigenous tribes on the islands has also restricted commercial activities and development in the tribal areas. Okay, Andamanis and all different tribes are present there. Okay, so we can't hamper their tribal and cultural activities, we can't snatch their rights. So this is one of the reason. This and this part will be your same. And thirdly, China's deepening military and commercial engagement with the Indian Ocean littoral states, who could undermine India's role if fails to maintain the maritime advantage, as China claims that building port to the surrounding the India is for commercial one only. He is building a good relationship with them, but China is militarizing the port. So how India will tackle this? If India fails, then it will be a great loss or bad image to the other countries over there, as because India wants to create a regional superpower by building or by militarizing the Andaman and Nicobar. The only main reason is that India wants to create as a wants to make an image as a regional superpower. Okay, this is the only reason, nothing else. And the recent government steps in Andaman and Nicobar Islands, like construction of the deep draft inner harbour and proposal to construct the transshipment port in Great Nicobar. This would enable big ships to anchor and would increase India's share in maritime trade, along with the new employment opportunities. That's the same one, Sri Lanka one. This is the same one. I'm again going to this one, that is Singapore sometimes act as a port of call. Same thing as here it is saying that we will make it as a port of call. Recently, the submarine optical fiber cable connection Andaman and Nicobar Islands to the mainland was launched in order to sustain a coherent surveillance strategy. This our Modi government has it was in main news that it has been inaugurated and our Andaman and Nicobar has got the optical fiber cable connection. We have got the internet connection till the Andaman and Nicobar. Okay. And so what will look we forward for the future? So the island will provide significant surveillance and monitoring advantage to Indian navies. This is our expectation. And developed Andaman and Nicobar Islands will give excellent opportunities to India to deepen maritime partnership with the countries such as Japan, United States, Australia and France. Okay, the islands will contribute to India's advantages, create more room for debate on deterrence policies, and contribute positively to India's effort to establish itself as a serious regional actor. So similarly, there is one thing happened recently, like Russia had one program related to military, and in which he called India as well as Pakistan and China. So India declined this proposal, declined this invitation, and the reason given by India was that due to COVID we are not coming. But the expert says it is only because that China and Pakistan are invited there, and immediately Russia realized its mistake, and he said that we are sending our that submarine and all to India's port on the same time when that function will occur in Russia. And that's why our defense minister has went to Russia for this after this thing declared by the Russia. So it is another part of current affair. So these things, this is only about that militarizing the Andaman and Nicobar. I hope you have liked it, and if you find the video useful, please like and subscribe and give your suggestions as per the instructions given in the description. So this is the most basic part of our video lecture. Okay, thank you.